Now I know some of you might be wondering, what am I doing with an exercise bike on an RC channel? But the thing is, I got contacted a few weeks ago by YESOUL to do a video on this bike. And I get contacted from time to time from various companies to do random reviews on random products that really don't have a lot to do with RC. I mean, I had one for a touch screen that you put inside your car after I got contacted for this one, which I had to turn down. But when it came to this exercise bike, I was like, you know what? Realistically, I'm not very fit anymore. I'm pushing 50 years old now. I'm not 25 and not even 35. You know, I could really use a little bit more fitness. I think we all could. And we get to a certain age in this hobby where I feel we spend a lot of time, you know, watching our favorite YouTube channel, watching, you know, subscription networks and things like that, like your Netflix and so forth. And we spend a lot of time either flying aircraft or driving RC cars, but we don't do a lot of exercise ourselves. And I think that once you get to a certain age, it makes a bit of sense to, I suppose, do a little bit of exercise, whether that'll be walking the dog or, you know, taking the kids around the block for a bit, go play soccer with them, go play catch with them, play football, play whatever you want. But we don't often get a chance to do that. Weather doesn't always allow, where we live doesn't always allow, maybe you don't feel safe, maybe you can't be bothered, maybe you get home late, you don't want to go out at night, whatever the circumstance is, right? We've all got excuses. I saw this and I was like, you know what if I say yes? What if I say yes to this machine and I actually try it and I actually use it and I actually do put a video up on my YouTube channel and show you all something that I guess isn't really related to RC, but can be used with RC. I mean, you can watch your favorite YouTube channel here while you're paddling away, burning some calories, turning your legs into jelly, getting your heart rate up, and you can adjust it all. Or maybe you just want to go for a scenic paddle and have a bit of fun. And it doesn't cost the earth. And you know, you get some exercise, you start getting a little bit fit. God knows I need it. I need it so bad. I know I'm carrying about 20 or 30 kilos extra. So I could definitely use this to burn off some calories and burn off some fat. And if you go back and watch my earlier videos from the first couple of years, you'll see that I look a lot thinner. And I figured, you know what? This isn't just for me here. This is me doing a PSA to all those of you out there who are in your middle age now, who are getting a little bit tired when you run out to get the paper or whatever it is, and you come back up the stairs and you go, geez, I wasn't like that a few years ago. I could run up and down those stairs all day. And now I can't. And that's a telltale sign that, you know, we're all aging. We're getting there and we really could use a little bit more exercise. And this is my way of, I guess, showcasing a lifestyle that we once knew, that we once wanted, that we once could achieve. We no longer can. And we actually can do it. And this is going to be my journey here, you know, being able to use a machine like this, get a little bit of fitness, get the heart rate up, burn some calories, and yeah, get a little fitter. So when I walk up and down those big jumps over at Altona, when I'm chasing the cars to flip them over and so forth, I'm not getting puffed out. Now mind you, I'm doing this video as I'm on the very tail end of a pretty nasty cold that I've had for the last week and a half. I've had a fever, I've had chest infections, I've had all sorts of stuff. I haven't been great, and I've only just gotten better. And so if you are listening to me panting a little bit, and if I do end up coughing a little bit, that's just the result of me being sick for the last week and a half. So I needed to get this video done and show you all what this bike's all about. So let's get into it. So let's talk about the YESOUL G1 M Plus exercise bike in a little bit more detail, because there's quite a fair bit to go through here. And you know, myself not ever using an exercise bike in the past, this is all very new to me, but thankfully it was actually not very hard to set up. And aside from having a little bit of trouble sometimes just navigating through the menus and everything, it's really not that complicated. And you can do everything from, you know, watching your favorite show on the screen, to watching YouTube videos, to just taking a virtual bike ride through France or Germany, or just keep that screen on and play your favorite tunes through your phone, or, you know, through Bluetooth or whatever it is that you want to do. So it's actually really convenient. It's pretty easy to operate and use. And it was actually pretty easy to assemble as well. And we'll go through the assembly process real quick, because something like this can be a little bit intimidating. It was for me, believe it or not, even though, you know, I've put planes together, cars, all sorts of things. I'm a cabinet maker by trade, but having something like this turn up in a huge heavy box, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into, but thankfully it was all really simple. And I'll show you real quick just how easy it goes together. Okay, so there's the bike. You can see it now, how it kind of looks and how much room it takes up. It's an exercise bike like any other. Of course, you just have the big screen on the front, and you need a power point to plug it in. Assembly on this thing is actually really simple. It's not as complicated as it looks. The framework itself all comes together. These arms on the pedals already come attached. You just have to actually put the pedals themselves on. So they just bolt on. 2 screws there kind of bolt on this base. There are 2 screws on this side that bolt onto the front, and you can see the front's got little wheels that allow you to tilt the bike forward and kind of wheel it around the house if you want to. And that's pretty much it there. This just slides in here, and then you've got this guide that you can adjust to adjust the height. So this kind of just pulls out, and you can move this up and down to adjust the height. The seat also slides in here, and you've got an adjustment here, so you can move the seat forwards and backwards depending on how you want that adjusted. This arm here also slides in here, and you've got this little knob that also allows you to adjust the height of it. So this is for the actual handlebars. This is for your drink holders, and this also slides in. It only goes in one way. The 2 screws come attached to the metal brace here. You take them off, slide this in, put the screws back in, and that's ready to rock and roll. The handlebars also need to be locked into place here. So this whole assembly kind of clamps in together. There are some screws, 3 screws here, and I think there was a couple underneath as well that you got to bolt on to hold this whole thing in place. These 3 are really for this arm that holds the screen. The screen itself, you can see, you can actually pivot this way. I think you can pretty much turn it around all the way. And you've also got an adjustment here to move the screen this way. So you mount this bracket onto the back of the screen. There is 4 screws to mount that on. And then once you mount the speakers, because the screen kind of sits inside the speakers, there are 2 more screws that bolt on there, and that holds everything in place. On this side, you've got some wires that you kind of compulsory. You got to put them on for everything to work. And on this side, there are some optional ones, which are for the USB Type-C for my Android phone to, you know, plug in and mirror what I see on the screen. And that's pretty much the assembly of this thing done. Then you just plug it in and you download the app, and then you can start, you know, pairing the speakers and the screen and everything to the phone, and you can muck around with the app and do all sorts of things, which I'll show you now. Right, so now it's time to show you some more of the fun stuff with this bike as I jump on and start pedaling. This is something that you can do at any stage. You can just jump on the bike and start pedaling away. Let me just adjust my screen there. And you can see that, you know, I'm generating X amount of watts. I've traveled so many kilometers. I'm burning so many calories. I've been doing it for so long, got so much RPM. And of course, if you pedal faster, the numbers start to change and you start to cover more ground a lot quicker. So Resistance is this number right here, and that is adjusted by the big red knob in the center of the bike. But this is a pretty boring screen, and you may want to listen to your own music, or maybe watch some YouTube videos, or whatever the case may be. And that's where these cables come in. They give you one for a USB type 3 for USB type C for your Androids, and then they also give you a lightning one for your Apple products. So we can plug this in, and as you can see, as soon as it plugs in, it kind of starts charging up my phone, and from there you end up with this screen. Okay, now this doesn't allow you to do very much. You have to unlock your phone, and then once you unlock your phone, you can see I get some icons and some things up here. Now if I pull down on the phone, it's going to give me a media output button. So we click on that, and there's a little square on the bottom of the screen. You tap on that one and you get like a touchpad, right? Now with this touchpad, by moving your finger on the screen here, you can see that there's a little mouse pointer. Hopefully you can see that on screen. There's a little mouse pointer. You can go down to the bottom where those three lines are, click on that, and that brings up what I've previously opened was a YouTube window. You can click on that, and we can click play, and then we can expand. If I can get this to expand. Oh, stop it. Why isn't it? Click. There we go.
We are back with YESOUL. Give it another crack here.
There we go. So now we've got this going on. I can watch my favorite video.
Handling a little bit now. I just finished driving the big rock.
Does this turn down? No, I've got to use the volume button on here. So turn that down, and you can start pedaling away. Now you can see that there's an overlay here on this screen, and that overlay pretty much gives the same info that you were getting before, but now of course you're watching your favorite YouTube videos, your channel, whatever it is you want to watch, whilst you're pedaling away and doing your thing. And this is really, really cool, right? So YouTube videos is one thing, but of course, let's say you want to do something a little bit different than this, right? We're going to close this, and just give me a second while I close this down. Now, of course, the other thing you can do is open up the YESOUL app. So open up your app. You're going to need to register and things like that. You might want to sign up, and you can do all of that if you want to. What we're going to do here is right down the bottom of this screen, there is a one that just says just ride, or you can do a scenic ride. So we're going to click on the scenic ride, and let's go through France here. We're going to click for 30 minutes. And we need to pair our device, so just bear with me while I pair this up. So now I should be able to go up here, click on that. There's a YESOUL fitness app. We're going to click on that one, click continue, continue, and we just, oh come on, continue, close that bit, and there we go. So now we've got a scenic ride, and we've got music playing, which I can use my phone to bring up a little bit, and we have some scenery. Now I will say, I don't know why, but it feels like it's playing in 720p, not 1080p, so the visuals aren't the best, the image isn't the sharpest, but let's face it, it's a little bit better than watching a black screen. And you've got details here, you've got time, you've got RPM, kilometers traveled, resistance, wattage output, everything's on screen as per before, except you're going down the countryside, which is kind of cool. And let's say we want to watch, you know, our favorite TV show, all right, our favorite streaming service. I'm gonna go and open up Prime here.
Right, I've done the calculations on my phone, and it's doing 9.
All right. And there we have it. That's the YESOUL G1 M Plus exercise bike, pretty much in a nutshell. And I gotta tell you, I'm super happy to have something like this in my life. This is going to change the way I exercise. It's going to motivate me to do more exercise. And I certainly hope that in a few months, you know, I can shed some of this fat that I've got hanging off me at the moment, and obviously build up my cardio a bit more as well. Now, if you're interested in one of these bikes, there is a discount code that I'll have in the video description. The discount code is Playground. And of course, I'll have links in the video description for you guys to go check one of these out yourselves if you want to. These are a lot cheaper than what you might think, and they're a really good bike. So I'm pretty impressed with it. Somebody that's never had anything like this before, this has definitely blown me away. There's a lot of scope to what you can do with a bike like this, and it's something that you don't have to wait for a good day to go out there and ride. You don't have to wait for a particular time of day either. You can just do it anytime you want during the day, whilst you're watching your favorite TV show, watching the news, watching your favorite YouTube video, whatever. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this has inspired somebody out there to go grab yourself one of these and do some more exercise, because believe me, I'm only a couple of years away from 50, and I definitely need something like this in my life. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on next time. Whew.